Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Miss Bridgewater. How are you today?
I'm great, Your Honor. How are you?
Doing well, thank you. The SAP reset date?
It's going to be May the 19th, and I've also received two consent orders in cases for you.
Oh, okay. Do you happen to know what positions those are?
They are positions 3 and 7.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we'll get started as soon as courtroom two is ready for us.
Hello, Your Honor.
Yes, good afternoon, Officer Milton. How are you today?
Good. Position 26 has a private attorney. Attorney Lim is on the Zoom already.
Okay, thank you. Let's see, Miss Tucker, good afternoon. Are you ready to get started? Or Miss
If I
Evans
can get
Battle?
off, if I can get off mute. I am, position 26 is gonna be handled by Miss Evans Battle.
Okay, good afternoon, Miss Evans Battle.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Ms. Zhang. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. It's my understanding that you do have a private attorney representing you this afternoon. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002837A with simple battery family violence, 2 counts. Who do we have on from pretrial this afternoon? Ms. Stallworth, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Is there a history?
Is this Ms. Zhang?
Yes,
Yes, there's no prior history. The recommended level is UJR jail.
thank you. Yes, Ms. Evans Battle.
Your Honor, this took place March the 25th of 2026 at 841 Canterbury Overlook in Atlanta. The caller, Miss Z, first name is spelled Xinwei, last name Zhi, indicated, I'm sorry, it was Mr. He was indicating that he was being struck by his wife and that he has been abused by the defendant for a long time. And this morning he had just reached his limit and called police. He indicated that he was holding their 3-year-old daughter, SZ, and the defendant pushed him and struck him. He was able to record the incident. The state's recommendation is for a signature bond. We're asking for $2,500 as to each count. Pretrial services, we are asking for a level 2 because the victim indicates that this has been going on for a period of time, even though the police have not been called previously. And so we're asking for, there has been some discussion of divorce, it's my understanding as well. But at this point, we are asking for no further contact with Mr. Z. We're asking that the contact for the child be a third-party transfer, that stay away from the location at 841 Canterbury Overlook. No alcohol, drugs, weapons while on bond, and that's our recommendation at this time.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Lim.
Hi, Your Honor.
Is your case?
Yes, Your Honor. This is a divorce situation. We actually had a emergency hearing set recently for April the 29th. Both her husband and her counsel informed us that they would like to settle. And so we announced to the court that given the circumstances, we will not proceed with our requested emergency hearing. And then this happened over the weekend. This is in our contention. The husband is trying to get custody and has made this situation to be the way it is.
Further?
We filed our request for emergency hearing was the night before he called 911. He came into the room where my client and the child were sleeping together and forcefully removed the child from her. The next morning, he prevented her from going downstairs to take the child to school. And then he would prevent the child from going to the mother and would make, he has made 2 911 calls now. The police came and told my client that CS, the mother, is entitled to have possession of the child too. Nothing happened. And this is a report of a month ago. And all during this time, the defendant in the divorce case and their attorney informed us that they are trying to resolve the situation. So we obviously find this situation very surprising, unfortunately. We request that she be allowed to be out on bond so this matter could be addressed on its merit. Obviously, this is a custody dispute that I believe is going on. I would request that Your Honor not prevent her from having contact with her child.
Okay, for each charge will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, makes for a total of a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the Canterbury Overlook address. If necessary, she can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. Third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Zhang. If nothing further, Mr. Lim, have a good afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Courtroom 2, are you ready for me to make my announcement?
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have a right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. If you do not have a private attorney, we're providing you with the assistance of a public defender or conflict defender this afternoon if you choose to utilize their service. Who do we have first?
Number 1, Mr. Armstrong.
Good afternoon, Mr. Armstrong. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002820H with simple battery and simple assault. Is there a history? Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor, one moment. He has 2 prior arrests. There is an open case, 25 SC 002023 for ag assault and cruelty to children, 3rd degree. Recommended levels, level 2. Nothing further.
Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened April the 7th, around 7 o'clock in the evening. Disha Smar is the victim in the case. She indicated that her ex-boyfriend came to the location. He was knocking on the door and had been excessively texting her. When he came there, he grabbed her and threw her and pinned her down on the bed. He was enraged and was yelling and upset. And thereafter, he was charged in this case with the simple battery. And we also charged a simple assault. The bond recommendation is $2,500 for each count, which makes for a $5,000 surety bond because he has that open pending aggravated assault and cruelty to children where he's alleged to have strangled Charity Calderson, who is not the victim in this case, in front of another child. We are asking for no further contact with Disha Smar. Stay away from the 565 Greens Ferry Avenue address. No alcohol, drugs, weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Abramonte, good afternoon. Good to see
Good
you.
afternoon. It's great to see you too, Judge. Thank you. And we are requesting a reasonable bond in this case. We were hoping in the realm of about 2,500 after speaking with his family. He has strong Fulton County ties. He lives here in downtown Atlanta. He's a recent college graduate of Georgia State University. He graduated 2 years ago. Has a great job with AT&T, strong family ties here and a lot of support. No prior criminal convictions at all, and the no contact provision will be no problem. The two don't share children or live together, so we would agree with that as well. And so I would just ask for a total bond in the amount of 2,500.
Okay, for each charge will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2, makes for a total of a $4,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. I want him to have 8 anger management classes, no further contact with Ms. Smar, stay away from the incident location, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Armstrong.
Thank you, Judge.
Anything further this afternoon, Ms. Abramonte?
That's all I have.
All right, have a good day. We'll see you next time. Courtroom 2, I see that we have Ms. Chancey on the line. So whenever you get the opportunity, I'm not sure if they need to speak with someone prior to a hearing or not this afternoon.
Your Honor, I was able to speak with Mr. Garcia Enriquez. He's position number 9. I speak Spanish fluently. I just can't represent him and interpret at the same time.
Okay, thank you. And this is Mr. Enrique before us now.
It is.
All right, good afternoon, Ms. Chancey. If you raise your right hand for me, please. Do you swear or affirm that you will interpret from English to Spanish and Spanish to English to the best of your ability?
I do, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia Enriquez, you have been charged in case 26 CR 002834A with simple battery family violence.
Señor Enrique, usted ha sido acusado en el caso 26 CR 00283 4A con golpes y lesiones y violencia familiar.
Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
¿Hay antecedentes, señor Howard?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 2 prior arrests. There's a 2023 from Roswell for driving without valid license. Their last date of arrest is February the 4th of 2025 from Roswell for willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. It was dismissed. The recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
One moment, please. Sí, su señoría, hay 2 arrestos anteriores en el 2023 en el Roswell por manejar sin licencia y con fecha de 24 de febrero del 2025 en Roswell por obstrucción a la autoridad y se recomienda el nivel 1. Perdón, el caso últimamente mencionado fue desestimado.
Good afternoon, Ms. Tucker. Again, is this your case?
Yes, Judge.
Mm.
You did hear about that 2023 felony obstruction that was dismissed. However, he was also charged in that case with simple battery family violence against this same victim.
¿Usted escuchó ese arresto o caso del 2023 por delito mayor y obstrucción a la autoridad que fue desestimado? Sin embargo, él también fue acusado en ese caso con golpes y lesiones simples, violencia familiar en contra de la misma víctima.
Considering that, as well as the facts in this case, we're asking for a $2,000 good bond, no further contact with Maria Enriquez Ruiz, and to stay away from 1416 Raintree Drive, Apartment C in Roswell.
Considerando todo esto, igual por los hechos en este caso, estamos pidiendo por una fianza de $2,000, no tener contacto alguno con María Enríquez Ruiz y para una orden de distanciamiento de la dirección 1416 Raintree Drive. Y el departamento es el C en la ciudad de Roswell.
The facts allege that these parties had been arguing over the victim wanting to leave the apartment and leave him.
Los hechos muestran que las partes estaban discutiendo y había estado discutiendo y la víctima trató de retirarse del apartamento y dejarlo.
Argument continued while she was cooking, and the defendant came up from behind her and forcefully wrapped his arms around her neck, saying, "You're not going anywhere."
La discusión continuó mientras ella estaba cocinando y el acusado se acercó por detrás y la rodeó con los brazos con mucha fuerza y también le rodeó el cuello diciendo, tú no vas a ningún lado.
We did speak with the victim. She did confirm these events in the warrant. She did confirm they share 4 children.
Hablamos con la víctima y ella confirmó todos estos eventos y ellos tienen 4 hijos juntos.
She said she was very scared when he was walking around with the knife. He did not use the knife on her, but that's still pretty scary.
Ella temió mucho cuando él andaba con un cuchillo en la mano. em, es, porque es algo que en realidad da miedo, mucho miedo.
She does want him to not return to the home or have any contact with her. That's her main concern, and I believe she is on the Zoom.
Ella desea que él no regrese a la casa y que tenga ningún contacto alguno con ella. Esa es la mayor preocupación de la víctima y creo que ella está aquí en la plataforma de Zoom. Señora María Enríquez Ruiz, si está en la plataforma, por favor, prenda su micrófono y cámara.
Buenas tardes, aquí estoy.
Good afternoon, I'm here.
Ma'am, if you would like to address the court, I'll need for you to raise your right hand for me.
Señora, si usted quiere hablar con el juez, debe juramentar y levantar su mano derecha.
Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
¿Jura o afirma que la declaración que dará ante este tribunal será la verdad, toda la verdad y nada más que la verdad?
Sí,
I do.
You can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
¿Qué quisiera usted contarle al juez?
am, primero es que no quiero que él vuelva a la casa
First of all, I don't want him to come back home.
y si es posible tampoco que tenga contacto conmigo.
And if it's
Al menos,
possible to have any contact with me.
y que si él puede recibir algún tratamiento para controlar am, su carácter, su forma de que él tiene, para que él pueda tener un buen contacto con los niños.
And if it could be possible to make him receive some type of treatment that can help him improve his character so he can have contact with the children.
Thank you, ma'am.
Gracias,
Ms. Correa?
señora Correa.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Garcia Enriquez is 34 years old.
El señor García Enríquez tiene 34 años.
He is originally from Mexico, but he has resided in the United States for the last 7 years.
Y él es originario de México, pero ha residido en los Estados Unidos durante los últimos 7 años.
I have explained stay away, no contact orders with Mr. Garcia Enriquez, and he says that he'd be able to live with his brother, who also resides in the Metro Atlanta area.
Yo le he explicado a él lo que significa mantenerse distanciado o las órdenes de distanciamiento o no tener contacto con la víctima, y él dijo que él podrá vivir con su hermano, quien reside en el área metropolitana de Atlanta.
He did graduate the U.S. equivalent of high school back in Mexico, and has been working in construction and car wash to support himself and his family.
Él se graduó con un título equivalente a la escuela secundaria en México, y también ha trabajado en la construcción y puede mantenerse y también a su familia.
At this time, we would be asking for a signature bond, but in the alternative, a bond not to exceed $1,000.
Lo solicitamos en este momento una fianza bajo firma, y de no ser así, una fianza alternativa de no mayor de $1,000.
Okay, will be $1,000 good bond, no further contact with Ms. Enriquez, stay away from the Raintree Drive address.
Será una fianza de $1,000. Se ordena no tener contacto con la señora Enríquez y no mantenerse distanciado de la dirección de Raintree Drive.
He can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings, third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Él puede regresar a esa dirección solo una vez con un oficial de la fuerza del orden para retirar sus pertenencias personales. También el transporte de los niños debe ser a través de una tercera parte o persona para que se cumpla la visita con ellos. Y se prohíbe el uso de drogas, alcohol y armas mientras esté bajo fianza.
Good luck to you both.
Buena suerte a ambos.
Do we need Ms. Chansey for any other cases this afternoon?
Not that were brought to my attention.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Will you just repeat the dollar amount of that bond, please?
$1,000 good bond.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a
Thank
good
you, Ms.
afternoon.
Chansey. You do
You're
as well.
welcome.
We appreciate it.
Bye-bye.
Who do we have next?
Number 7, Ms. Dean.
That was a consent.
Okay, thank you. Good afternoon, Ms. Dean. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002839J with simple battery. I understand that this was a consent bond. Ms. Evans Battle, if you'll place the consent on the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Your Honor. In this particular case, we're at it is for a can't pull up the I apologize, Judge. It's for a $2,500 signature bond through pretrial services at level 1. We're asking that she complete 3 anger management classes, that she have no further contact with Jacob Leeds, that she have no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while on bond, and that she have no further violations of the law. That's our understanding. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Ms. McLeod. Is this your case?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. It is, and Miss Evans' battle has accurately articulated the terms of the consent bond, as I understand it.
Thank you. Good luck to you, Ms. Dean.
All right, that's number 11, Ms. Graham.
Good afternoon, Ms. Graham. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002830G with battery. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. She has one prior arrest. There is an open case out of Douglas County for simple assault, family violence. That arrest date was October the 2nd of 2025. Her recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $1,500 good bond with conditions no further contact with Chania Bridges and to stay away from 475 Bill Kennedy Way in Atlanta. These facts allege there was an argument between these two coworkers, and it got so heated that the defendant was sent home by the manager on 4/18. The next day, when this happened on the 19th, the parties were both back at work, working the same shift. The defendant was supposed to be hosting, but she kept going back by the victim. At one point, the victim had to walk by her, and the defendant grabbed her from behind, pulled her hair, and struck her in the face multiple times, leaving bruising on her face, on her nose, and under her eye. Between that, as well as the recent violent arrest is still pending in Douglas County. We're asking for that $1,500 good bond, no further contact with Miss Bridges, and to stay away from this restaurant where they both worked at 475 Bill Kennedy Way.
Do you know the name of the restaurant?
I Googled it. Maybe the defense knows. I got the like outdoor mall or whatever that they were in, but I didn't get the exact name.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you. Yes, Ms. Correa.
Yes, Your Honor. Well, Ms. Graham has since sought different employment. She works at Grits and Eggs, which is not the incident location restaurant. She's 26 years old and from the Metro Atlanta area. She is going to need to update her address with the clerk's office, but she does have a good address out of Douglasville where she resides with her mother and her sister. She is a high school graduate. At this time, we're asking Your Honor follow the pretrial recommendation of a signature bond level 2.
Okay. 3,000 signature bond, pretrial level 2, 5 anger management classes, no further contact with Ms. Bridges, stay away from the Bill Kennedy Way address, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Ms. Graham.
What was that dollar amount again?
3,000.
Okay. All right, let's get number 5, Mr. Campbell.
Good afternoon, Mr. Campbell. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002827E with battery, family violence, and criminal trespass and damage to property. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 3 cycles total. There's a 2014 NOLO out of Riverdale for theft by shoplifting and a 2012 conviction from Turner County for driving while license suspended or revoked. The recommended level is level 1. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. The victim in this case is Clifford Williams, when he indicated that Mr. Campbell had came home intoxicated. He kicked the door in. There were other holes that were observed by the officers in one of the rooms. The apartment showed signs of disarray. Mr. Williams had a laceration on his face, scratches on his ribs, and marks on his arms. This incident happened May the 2nd at 565 Langhorne Street. Mr. Williams indicated that he is not going to be on the Zoom today, but he has no problem with no further violent contact, and that Mr. Campbell can come back. So our bond recommendation is for $3,000 on the battery, $2,000 on the criminal trespass. Signature bond through pretrial services at level 1, no further violent contact, no alcohol, drugs, weapons. We are asking that he start the ADET treatment as part of the conditions for bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Correa?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Campbell is 35 years old. I have verified that the address listed in Odyssey, which is the incident location, is a good address for Mr. Campbell. Since Mr. Williams doesn't seem opposed to contact, I would ask that Mr. Campbell be allowed to return to that address. Mr. Campbell is a high school graduate and is gainfully employed. I would ask for that level 1 signature bond. At this time, I think in ADET mature, but I otherwise leave it up to the court.
Okay, for the battery will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Criminal trespass, a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1, which makes for a total of a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with Mr. Williams. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Campbell.
All right, next we got number 10, Mr. Gay.
Good afternoon, Mr. Gay. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002832E with theft by shoplifting. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 11 prior arrests. There's a 2025 FTA from Fulton, a 2018 conviction out of Clayton County for purchase, possession, manufacture, distribution, or sale of marijuana. There are 4 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There is an open case 26 PI 000234, theft by shoplifting and criminal trespass. And there's a dormant case 25 CR 001757E for theft by shoplifting. Recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, you did hear in the past year he's had 2 shoplifting cases and then a failure to appear. So we're asking for a $1,500 good bond with a stay away from the Walmart at 844 Cleveland Ave in East Point. He was seen putting items in grocery bags in the pet food aisle so that when he got to the checkout, he just walked right through. He did have 10 pounds of ground beef, hamburger buns, multiple steaks, Mike's Hard Lemonades, and Cayman Jack margaritas, which are both alcoholic drinks. So he had taken a substantial amount. Considering that and the history, we're asking for a $1,500 good bond and a stay away from that Walmart.
Thank you. Ms. Correa?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Gay is 52 years old and from Atlanta. I verified with him that the address listed in Odyssey is a good address for him. That's where he resides with his cousin. He is currently employed doing janitorial services, and that is what he does to support himself and his 5 children. I'm asking Your Honor to consider the level 3 UJR. Thank you.
It will be a $1,000 good bond. I want him to have a theft class. Stay away from the Walmart on Cleveland Avenue. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Gay.
Okay, $1,000 good bond.
Yes.
All right, next we got position number 15, Mr. Camden.
Good afternoon, Mr. Camden. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002825L with battery, cruelty to children in the third degree, and criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
What number is this, Your Honor? My apologies.
No problem. Position 15, Mr. Camden.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was spelling it wrong. Yes, he has 2 cycles total. There's an open case out of Clayton County for battery, family violence, first offense. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. We're asking for a $1,500 good bond on the battery, 1,000 on the cruelty, and 500 on the criminal trespass and damage to property, totaling 3,000, with conditions no further contact with Anais Gray or her child Muhammad Gray, and to stay away from 5300 Jonesboro Road in Union City. These facts allege that the defendant showed up at her home, this location, to get his belongings, but the victim did not let him in because she didn't feel safe for her or her 4-year-old son around him. So he's yelling through the window. She said she would place his items outside of the door, but he kicked the door in. Once he was inside, he grabbed her by the neck, forced her to the ground, restrained her with his knee, with her face to the ground, leaving redness around her jaw, all on the right side of her face. And this was all done in front of the 4-year-old son. So between that, as well as he's got that open battery family violence out of Clayton, we're asking for that $3,000 total good bond. It was $1,500, $1,000, and $500, with conditions no further contact and stay away.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Your Honor, Camden is 21 years young, Your Honor. He was born and raised here in Georgia. He just graduated from school 2024. Ever since then, he's been working in the industry, and nowadays he's employed at
Ms. Kim, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's just me or if it's anyone else. I'm hearing maybe every other word.
It's not just you, it's her.
I apologize. My laptop is not working, and I'm trying really hard. iPhone.
Okay, I just wanted to let you know that I'm having difficulty hearing. So maybe slow down just a bit, and that might be helpful for the court.
Thank you. He is only 21 years old, Your Honor. After graduating from high school 2024, he now gainfully employed at Amazon House. He has a very strong tie to the Georgia, Your Honor. I believe that this is his second request, and concerned about is he's totally okay with stay away and but he does have a very special restriction, and jail food is not going to be healthy for him because he was born with appendix. It's very rare condition. So has very good mail address. He's his mother. On
Miss Kim, I'm sorry. I just can't follow you. You might have to move to a different location.
Okay.
I don't want to, I want to be able to.
I will log out and maybe.
Okay, well, actually, that's better that you pulled it forward.
Oh,
You,
okay. Yes.
okay, that's better. Go
yes.
ahead.
So I would request for a Senate on bond level 2, special diet restriction based on medical condition. Just appendix. It's a very unique and rare disease that he has to be very, very kill food is going to be safe for him. So I really want signature on bond. And he's only 21 years old, born and raised here. His family is here. No contact. Stay away. Absolutely fine. I just want signature on bond. This is second arrest. Thank you.
All right, for each charge will be a $500 good bond. makes for a total of the $1,500 good bond. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the Jonesboro Road address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you have a percent sheriff's program, Your Honor?
That's fine with the court, Ms. Kim.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Ms. Kim, I think that if you have other cases, I think that it might be beneficial if you try to find another location. Okay, so if we can give Ms. Kim the opportunity to find a different location possibly and take some cases that are not hers until she returns.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Camden.
Number 4, Mr. Brumfield.
Good afternoon, Mr. Brumfield. You have been charged in case 26CR002821Y with simple battery family violence. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 27 adult cycles total. There's an open case out of Harris County, Georgia for driving while license suspended or revoked, financial transaction card fraud, forgery of a financial transaction card, and identity theft fraud. There is also an open case out of Wisconsin for misappropriate ID info, obtained money, and there are 5 convictions outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans-Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This happened in December of 2025 at 55 Milton Avenue. There was a dispute with Alexis Zachary. He was upset because she is the person on his bond. The warrant indicated he has a $60,000 bond on his open case, and she was indicating she wanted to come off the bond. He became upset about that. He is also the father of her 6-year-old twin children. This is a simple battery. The children appear to be present, and there was a third child that was in another room that heard when he hit her so hard and knocked her to the ground. That child was able to hear what was going on. But as it is, it's a simple battery. Our bond recommendation is for a surety bond. We're asking for a $3,500 surety bond, no further contact, and stay away from the location. No alcohol, drugs, weapons while on bond, and that there be third-party transfer of the kids if mom chooses. The victim had indicated that she will be on Zoom. I believe she actually wants contact if she here and the court could sound for her, but he has that open case in Harris County, which appeared to be pretty significant of identity fraud, and because he is a resident of, for all accounts and purposes, I'm not sure that he's a resident of the state, maybe a resident of Wisconsin, because that last arrest was in February of this year in Wisconsin. So that is why we're asking for a surety bond as well. And if the court will sound for Alexis Zachary.
Ms. Zachary, I see you on the line. If you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity. I will need for you to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and I will need to swear you in if you choose to address the court this afternoon. It does not appear that she wishes to address the court. Ms. Carrera?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Brumfield is 39 years old. He is originally from Wisconsin, but he has since moved down here to Georgia. The incident location is his good address. However, if Your Honor does say that he's not allowed to return to that address, he could reside with his cousins or his brother who do reside here in Atlanta. He has 5 kids total. The 2 youngest are the ones that live here in Georgia. His 3 oldest children are adults. They're all over the age of 18. He's currently employed doing Uber and other gig app type work. We understand that he does have these other open and pending cases in other jurisdictions. It sounds like Harris County does have him on an ankle monitor. If that, helps the court feel more secure about his whereabouts, there's at least another jurisdiction that is keeping an eye on where he is. At this time, we're asking Your Honor to consider the level 3 UJR.
Will be a $2,000 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Zachary. Stay away from the Milton Avenue address. He can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. Third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Brumfield.
Number 3, Mr. Brown.
It's my understanding that that's a consent as well.
That is
Miss?
correct, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Mr. Brown. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002824Y with battery. If you'll put the consent on the record, Ms. Evans Battle, please.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial services at level 1. That he enroll in 3 anger management classes, that there be no further violent contact with Alexis Harrell, that there be no alcohol, drugs, weapons while out on bond, and that there be no further violations of the law. I did note that Ms. Harrell is on the line if the court would choose to hear from her, but the bond recommendation she is aware of, and it's my understanding that she did want contact.
Okay, Ms. Harrell, if you would like to address the court, you certainly do not have to, but if you would like to address the court this afternoon, now is your opportunity. The state's suggesting a signature bond in this matter with no further violent contact with you, ma'am. So if you would like to address the court regarding that, I'll need for you to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
I just wanted to tell the court that even though he is charged with battery, he is not a violent offender. So I just wanted to make sure that that was noted in any court files. That's all.
All
And
right,
I
thank you
wanted to
for,
still have contact because we still work together.
okay, thank you for being here this afternoon, ma'am.
Thank you.
Anything further? Is that your understanding of the terms, Ms. Guerrero?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, Mr. Brown.
Number 6, Mr.
Your
Kirk.
Honor, may I speak?
Yes, Ms. Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. That was your son, Mr. Brown?
He's my son, yes.
Okay, and you do understand that we've given him a signature bond through pretrial, but if you'd like to address the court at this time, I'll need for you to raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court, ma'am?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you for hearing me. I just wanted to say that Mr. Brown, my son Rashawn, has a strong family bond here in Atlanta. He has a great job at the Hartsfield Atlanta Airport, which he uses those finances to support his 3 children, which are not associated to the accuser. And he's agreeable for anger management and agreeable to no contact with the accuser, staying away from her Riverdale address. And in addition to anger management, also therapy or therapy. And we would ask the court to allow Mr. Brown to return to her address with a police escort to gather any belongings, specifically his keys to his car, if that's possible. And we were requesting a reasonable bond of $500, not exceeding $1,000 due to the financial obligation to his children. if possible, sir.
Thank you for being here this afternoon, Ms. Jackson. The state and your son's attorney, they've agreed to a consent bond where he has a signature bond, so he won't have to pay anything. And
Okay.
he's to have no further violent contact with the alleged victim, so he can go back to that location without happenstance. Okay? Thank you for being here. Who do we have next?
Number 6, Mr. Curry.
Good afternoon, Mr. Curry. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002835Y with theft by shoplifting and willful obstruction of law enforcement. Is there a history, Ms. Stoller?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 49 cycles total, 2 from the state of Alabama. There's an active warrant out of Fulton for a probation violation. Date of that warrant is January the 8th of 2025. The other active warrant is out of DeKalb County for an FTA. The date of that warrant is February the 20th of 2026. There's a 2026 NOLO out of Clayton County for criminal trespass, a 2025 conviction from Clayton County for criminal trespass. There's a 2023 conviction from Fulton County for fare evasion and criminal trespass. He's currently on probation 24 SC 001313-01 for peeping Tom. There's a 2020 NOLO from the city of Atlanta, possession of marijuana less than an ounce. 2017 conviction out of Cobb County for forgery 3rd degree. 2021 conviction out of Fulton for theft by shoplifting. 2017 conviction from East Point, theft by shoplifting. 2021 conviction from DeKalb County for theft by taking. 2017 conviction out of Clayton for theft by shoplifting. 2016 conviction, City of Atlanta, theft by shoplifting. 2016 conviction, Clayton County, theft by shoplifting. And a 2016 NOLO from the City of Atlanta, possession of marijuana less than an ounce. There are 10 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There are several open cases, one from DeKalb for theft by shoplifting, Fulton County theft by shoplifting, and Dunwoody theft by shoplifting, and an open case from Scottsboro, Alabama for theft of property. There's a 2025 FTA from DeKalb, 2024 FTA Fulton, 2021 FTA Fulton, 2021 FTA DeKalb, 2020 FTA Fulton, 2018 Fulton FTA, 2017 Dunwoody FTA, 2017 Riverdale FTA, and a 2016 FTA from Riverdale. The recommended level is level 4 ISP. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Your Honor, he was May the 2nd of 2026. He was at 3535 Peachtree Road Northeast, which is a Target. And he was shoplifting clothing items in the amount of $59. Bond recommendation for the shoplifting is $1,000 good bond. For the willful obstruction is $1,000 good bond. For a $2,000 good bond, stay away from the Target at 3535 Peachtree Road Northeast. No alcohol, drugs, weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Carrera?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Curry is 44 years old and from the Metro Atlanta area. He is supported by ongoing Social Security payments related to a disability. He is assisted by some of his family members that are here in the Metro Atlanta area, such as his father. At this time, we're asking Your Honor to consider setting a $500 bond on each charge for a total of $1,000.
And for each charge will be $1,000 good bond, makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. Stay away from all targets. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for BHET and housing if necessary. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Curry.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Can you tell me the amount again?
1,000 good per charge, 2,000 good total.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Number 21, Mr. Slaughter.
Good afternoon, Mr. Slaughter. You have been charged in case 26CR002842G with battery family violence and 2 counts of simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Dalwood?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 12 cycles total, 2 from Arkansas, 1 from Illinois, and 3 from Tennessee. There's a 2017 FTA out of Fulton and a 1993 FTA out of Arkansas. There's a 2017 conviction out of Fulton for suspended or revoked license and knowingly driving on motor vehicle on suspended, canceled, or revoked registration. Another 2017 conviction out of Fulton for driving without valid license and failure to obey traffic signs and warnings. And another 2017 conviction also out of Fulton for improper right turn. And there are 3 convictions outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Okay. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident took place May the 3rd of 2026 at 556 Magnolia Street in Atlanta. Officers responded in reference to a dispute between the defendant and the victim, Katina Shaw, first name spelled Catina Shaw. They made contact with the defendant first at the corner of Walnut Street in Magnolia. It appears that there was a dispute because she had discovered that he had someone else's name on his phone, which she disapproved of. She stated that the defendant stated that she reared back as if to hit him in the face. So he shoved her down with his hands on her neck to hold her down in self-defense. It appears that there was a child who was present during this time period and began punching him in the back, in the head. So when he got up, his wife punched him in the back of the head, and that she hit him in the head with a big wheel type of toy before he left the apartment. Her version of events indicate that she confronted him about the phone, yes, and that he became angry. And as she says, he tried to break her neck by pushing her to the ground and holding her down with his forearm over her neck. And that was the daughter did try and pull him off of her. She ended up with a busted lip and there were other marks along her body. The bond recommendation is for a $6,000 surety bond. We're asking for $3,000 on the battery family violence, $1,500 each on the simple battery family violence. That makes for the total $6,000. That there be no further contact between Katina Shaw and that he stay away from the 556 Magnolia Street. There be no alcohol, drugs, or weapons while out on bond. I know the victim, I'm not sure she'll be online. But I know she indicated that they had been together for 26 years, married for 25, have 2 adult children, and that the relationship pretty much has been over for the last 3 years. But he continued throughout the marriage to have violent acts. If the court would sound for her, Katina Shaw, thank you.
Ms. Shaw, I see you on the line. If you wish to address the court, now is your opportunity. If so, I would need for you to activate your camera, unmute yourself, and I'll swear you in. Does not appear that she wishes to address the, well, here she goes. Yes, ma'am. If you would like to address the court, I'll need for you to raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, we can't hear you, Ms. Shaw. Is something going on with your device? You may need to log out and log back in and choose audio. We still can't hear you, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now we can hear you. Okay. Yes, Ms. Shaw. Um, do you
Okay.
swear, do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give will be the truth?
Yeah.
Okay, what would you like to tell the court? We can't hear you we can't hear you very well, Ms. Shaw.
I was just trying to get my main key that the office has given to me. I made him a key and he lost his key. So I'm just trying to get my key so he won't come in my apartment. I will give him his things with the police, but he has to give me my key.
Okay, anything further, ma'am?
That's it. All
All right, thank you, ma'am. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Slaughter is 50 years old and he has been here in Georgia for more than 26 years. Apparently, all his marriage lives, he has been here in Georgia. After getting GED, he completed a trade school for welding, and right now he is currently working at Sam's Club. He used to work at APL Logistics, Your Honor. He's the one actually who called the police for this incident because if you see his right eye is totally black and blue. He was punched and he was getting attacked first. So we would like to request for signature on bond level 2 and he will have to find new place because that was the marital place that they used to live together and now he's gonna be homeless apparently I guess he has to find new place and uh
We're not going to go back and forth, Ms. Shaw. I've already heard from you, so I'm giving Ms. Kim the opportunity. Let's not interrupt. Go ahead, Ms. Kim.
Yes. So we would like to request for signature on bond through pretrial level 2, no contact, stay away, he will comply with. Thank you.
Okay, for the battery will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. For each of the other charges, $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2 makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from the Magnolia Street address. He can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
You are on mute there, courtroom 2. Who do we have next?
Number 23, Mr. Solo. Come here.
Good afternoon, Mr. Solo. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002833C with 3 counts of battery. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor, there are 14 cycles total, 4 from the state of South Carolina. There's a 2024 conviction out of Clayton County for forgery, 4th degree. A 2022 conditional discharge from Gwinnett County for possession of a Schedule 2. He was on first offender probation out of Cobb County for aggravated assault, terroristic threats and acts, simple battery, family violence. The first offender was revoked in 2022, but appears to still be on probation. And there is 1 conviction outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level was level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for $1,000 on each for a total of $3,000 good bond with conditions no further contact with Katie Alexander and to stay away from 75 MLK Jr. Drive in Atlanta. The facts in this case allege that the defendant struck the victim multiple times in the mouth with a closed fist, causing swelling, bruising, and a laceration, all which the law enforcement could observe. She had to be transported to Grady Hospital for her injuries. There was also a witness there that also corroborated the victim's account of what happened. So, considering the severe injuries in this case, we're asking for that $3,000 total good bond, $1,000 on each charge, with conditions no further contact and to stay away.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Solo is 37 years old. He was born in New York. However, he has been here in Georgia for more than 10 years, Your Honor. I believe he has total 6 children. The oldest one is 18 years old, but the other 5 children are all minors. They are under 18, that he has to pay child support. After completing GED successfully, he went to yes. He went to get a culinary school certification. He used to work, however, for about a year, he has not been able to obtain a job. And because of a heart condition, he has a hard time to keep his job. And Your Honor, I would like to request for signature on bond level 2. Actually, his mother was attacked by alleged victim, and apparently alleged victim put out knives and sprayed the pepper spray to his mother. So he wanted to protect his mother, who is basically a true victim of this incident, Your Honor. And we ask for signature on bond. Thanks.
Each count will be a $500 good bond, makes for a total of a $1,500 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Alexander. Stay away from her residential address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Number 8, Mr. Downing is next.
Good afternoon, Mr. Downing. You've been charged in case 26 CR 002840E with loitering and prowling. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 14 cycles total. There are 6 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There's a 2010 FTA out of Duluth. He's currently on probation. Case number 26CR 001596E, battery family violence. And also on probation, case number 26CR 001595E for loitering prowl, criminal trespass and damage to property, and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Yeah. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. He was placed on probation April the 23rd of 2026, and this incident happened April the 26th of 2026 at 10:30 in the evening. He was found inside of the Snell Injury Law Firm at 318 Maxwell Road in Alpharetta. It appeared that the victim, Jeffrey Snell, walked into the building and saw him. He saw each other, and he indicated he was there because it was raining. And then he exited out of a window there. It appeared that he had been there eating or staying there or attempting to stay there. Our bond recommendation is for a $3,000 surety bond, that he stay away from that location and have no further contact with Jeffrey Snell, that he have alcohol, drugs, weapons while out on bond, and we are petitioning to revoke his probation. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, Ms. Guerrero.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Downing is 36 years old and from the Metro Atlanta area. I have verified with him that the address listed in Odyssey is a good address for him. Upon release, he would be residing with his sister at that Georgia Avenue address. He does have a 1-year-old child, and he has been working at the Cracker Barrel on Windward Parkway to support himself and his 1-year-old child. We're asking Your Honor to consider the level 3 UJR.
Will be a $500 good bond. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for BHET and any housing issues. Stay away from the Maxwell Avenue address. No further contact with Mr. Snell. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, sir.
Number 12, Mr. Hemby. Cool.
Say him.
Hemby. Here he comes, Judge.
Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Hemby. You've been charged in case 26 CR 002831G with simple battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 53 cycles total, one from North Carolina, two from Florida. There's an open case 26 CR 001109G, theft of mislaid lost property. Another open case 25 CR 005073G, criminal trespass and damage to property. He's currently on probation for case number 21 SC 178915 for aggravated stalking. There's a 2025 conviction out of Fulton for criminal trespass and simple battery. There's a 2020 conviction out of Fulton for criminal trespass, family violence. A 2020 conviction out of Fulton for simple battery, family violence. A 2019 conviction out of Fulton for criminal damage to property, second degree. Another 2020 conviction out of Fulton for disorderly conduct. A 2020 conviction out of Fulton for simple battery, family violence. Another 2020 conviction out of Fulton, also for simple battery, family violence. A 2018 conviction out of Fulton for simple battery, family violence. A 2023 conviction out of Forsyth County for possession of a Schedule 1 and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. A 2022 conviction out of Fulton for aggravated stalking. There's a 2017 FTA out of Gwinnett, a 2015 FTA out of Cobb, and a 99 FTA out of Fulton. There's a 2018 conviction out of Gwinnett for possession of methamphetamine and criminal trespass. A 2017 NOLO out of Gwinnett for driving while license suspended or revoked. A 2018 conviction out of Gwinnett for theft by taking. And a 2017 conviction out of Dawson County for DUI in violation of conditions on limited driving permit. And there are 16 convictions outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, you heard that extensive criminal history, but the part that is most alarming is that 7 of those prior convictions are against this same exact victim in our case today. That 2022 aggravated stalking, that 20 criminal trespass, family violence, 2019 criminal damage in the second. I'm reading the years that these incidents occurred, not when the convictions were met, so the years may differ. But yeah, the 2019 simple battery family violence, 2 simple battery family violence out of 2017, and a battery family violence out of 2017, all convictions against this same victim. So we are asking for a $10,000 cash bond with conditions no further contact with Jeanne Muir and to stay away from her location at 340 Royal Creek Drive in Alpharetta. If you are not inclined to give a cash bond, we are asking for no less than $20,000 good bond. The facts in this case, the defendant showed up at her house to retrieve items. The victim reported he's been constantly showing up there recently to harass her, to break her property, to cause disturbances. And on this day, she was walking her dogs to the local racetrack and he was there in the parking lot. He snatched some sunglasses off of her head with such force it yanked some of the hair out of her head. We did speak with her. She let us know this defendant is currently homeless and has a serious drinking problem, and these things always happen when he drinks. She did confirm these events. She confirmed they've had several cases, and that he's already supposed to stay away from her home, but she would like him to stay away and not contact her. She let us know she would not be able to make it to the Zoom, but that she definitely wants the no further contact and stay away. And based on that history, as well as her reporting that he's been showing up, the fact that he already has the criminal trespass from her house, we're asking for that $10,000 cash bond, no further contact, and stay away.
Thank you. Ms. Stallworth, are you with me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Those open cases that are pending in Fulton County that are state court cases, would you send those to Ms. Bridgewater for me, please? The
Yes,
case
Your Honor, I
numbers?
will.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well,
Yes, Miss Kim.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Hamby is 49 years old, born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. He has been residentially challenged, and for the last 4 months, he has been uh, basically living on the street. He's going through a very, very hard time. Um, I believe they used to be married, but they are divorced right now, and they don't live together. They don't have a child together. My client has no objection to stay away and no contact. After graduating from high school, he tried to get a job, but last 4 months he was not able to find any employment. We would like to request for a signature on bond through level 3. If Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond because of other open cases and FTA, we ask for a maximum $5,000 surety bond, even $20 he believes that he's not going to be able to pay for. So any bond that is not signature on bond will be like no bond to him right now. Thank you.
Okay, it will be a $10,000 good bond. I want him to have a social worker visit to assess for BHET and assist with housing. I want him to have an alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment that's necessary. He's to have no further contact with the alleged victim, stay away from the Royal Creek address, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. I'd also like for his open cases that are in the state court to be placed on my May 19th SAP calendar. And Ms. Bridgewater, that should be coming to you from Ms. Stallworth. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have them.
That is at number 14, Mr. Jones. Hey, guy. Good right up.
Good afternoon, Mr. Jones. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002828K with a fray fighting. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
yes, Your Honor. He has 52 cycles total, 3 from Delaware, 45 from Washington, 1 from Oregon, 1 New Jersey, and 1 Idaho. There is an open case, 25 CR 003975K, battery and simple battery. There's a 2019 conviction from Washington for criminal mischief and from a deadly weapon, a 2018 conviction for restraining order violation, a 2018 conviction for assault, another 2018 conviction for assault, a 2017 conviction for controlled substance possession, no prescription, and assault, a 2016 conviction for driving with license suspended or revoked, a 2016 conviction for restraining order violation, 27 convictions outside of the 10-year period, 30 convictions, my apologies, and the recommended level was level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, you heard that history in multiple states, and they're all very mostly violent offenses. You did hear he's got that open battery case in Fulton County. We're asking for a $2,000 good bond in this case with no further contact with Darius Zachary. Uh, this was a dual arrest. The undisputed facts are that this defendant, Jones, approached Zachary's car. Now, Jones says Zachary was insulting him. That's why he approached. But Zachary said, he tried to grab him. He approached him unprovoked, opened the door and struck him and broke his car window. Based on the history, I do believe he was most likely the primary aggressor. So we are asking for a $2,000 good bond, no further contact with Mr. Zachary.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, just because someone had a history, that does not mean that he was the first primary aggressor for this specific incident, Your Honor. It's not previous cases that we are dealing with, Your Honor. He denies the allegation. He was not the first aggressor. Mr. Jones and Mr. Zachary, they were, both arrested, and nobody can tell exactly who was the first aggressor. I believe Zachary does not live at that location. The incident location is my client's place, and I believe Mr. Zachary's mother is a neighbor for my client, and he does not live there. My client has no objection to stay away. He is 37 years old, and he's from Pennsylvania. About 4 years ago, he has 6 children, Your Honor, and 3 of them he is currently residing with. And also, the other 3, he has to pay lots of child support. After completing high school successfully, he went to get certification for OSHA, SafeServe, and he is working as a chef at 2 different restaurants right now. He is working very hard to support his 6 children, Your Honor. And also, while he's working, he also is trying to get commercial wiring to increase his income level at Atlanta Tech. We ask for signature on bond through pretrial level 3 as he is recommended. So thank you.
Someone tell me what the bond is on the open battery and simple battery cases, and if there are any conditions and who issued it. Someone able to look that up for me, please?
I'm pulling it up. Okay. So in the 25 CR 003975K, it was a $2,000 good bond, 1,000 on the battery, 1,000 on the simple battery. And it was signed by you on July 14th, 2025.
Okay, thank you. Did you get that case number, Ms. Bridgewater?
No, sir. I just got the ones from the other ones. Give me that case number again.
25 CR 003975K.
Okay, I have it, Your Honor.
All right, if you will also include that on the SAP calendar for me. I can't go down in my bond, so it'll be a $2,000 good bond. No further contact with the alleged victim. Stay away from his residential location. 10 anger management classes. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Jones.
Number 16, Mr. Lawson.
Good afternoon, Mr. Lawson. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002823F with simple assault, family violence, and terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 9 prior arrests. There's a 2019 conviction for theft by receiving stolen property and receipt, possession, or transport of firearm. There's an open case 25 PI 002796, criminal damage to property, second degree. Another open case 25 PI 002795 for possession of cocaine and possession and use of drug-related objects. There's a 2024 conviction out of Fulton for simple assault, a 2006 conviction out of Fulton for burglary, and a 2006 conviction out of Fulton for aggravated assault and battery. The recommended level is level 3, and he was on the RAP services list this morning. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. We're asking for a $1,500 good bond on the simple assault and a $1,000 good bond on the terroristic threats for a total of $2,500 with conditions no further violent contact with Yvonne Lawson, who is his mother. The facts allege that the defendant asked his mom to come pick him up because he had been drinking, but once he got home, he started acting up, which the mother let officers know he's known to do when he drinks, and he said, "I bet you die." Then he left the home with his cell phone, slamming the door behind him. He did not have his keys on him, so when he wanted to come back in the home, the victim wouldn't let him, so he started banging on the door with his pocket knife in his hand, making her fear for her safety. We did speak with his mother. She did confirm the events in the warrant, said this is normal behavior for him. When he gets his check, he goes drinking, and this happens. She does want contact with him because ultimately he is her son. But based on that history, we're still asking for that $2,500 total bond. She did say her grandson might have gotten video of this incident, and police recorded video on body cam as well. She did tell us she'd be on the Zoom if we could sound for Yvonne Lawson.
Ms. Lawson, I see you on the line. If you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity. I need for you to unmute yourself there for me and raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Okay, you can place your hand down, Ms. Lawson. What would you like to tell the court?
Yes, I want to tell the court that my son had an altercation where disagreement with his son, who's my grandson, and I didn't fear for my life. I just didn't let him back in. And the only reason I called the police was so that they wouldn't get into it because my grandson had just had, spinal surgery. So I know between the both of them, when they disagree on something, they might, go head to head. And I just didn't want that to happen.
Okay, so both Charles and your grandson, they both live with you?
But my grandson lives on campus year round. He's an athlete at Georgia State, but because he just had surgery, he was here for me to take care of him. But since he
Okay,
moved on campus last January, he hasn't spent the night until just now when he had surgery.
okay. And with your son, has this ever happened before?
As far as him drinking, yes.
Okay, and what about any violence when he's drinking?
Okay. Well, when he's drinking, he tends to lose control, but he hasn't struck me or anyone. He just
Okay,
get real agitated.
all right. Thank you for being here this afternoon, Ms. Lawson.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Lawson is 44 years old, and he does have one son, 19 years old. He is very, very proud of. He goes to college and with a football scholarship, and he's very sad about how he got injured and going through surgery. After graduating from high school successfully, he has been driving for dry cleaning business, but he lost his job. And ever since then, he's been getting Social Security income, which is not that high. So he still needs public defender's service, and also hopefully we can get a signature on bond through pretrial level 3. And I understand that he may have a hard time to get a signature on bond because of open cases, but we ask for a signature on bond through pretrial level 3.
Okay, for each charge will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3, makes for a total of a $10,000 signature bond through pretrial level 3. I want him to have an alcohol drug evaluation and any treatment that's necessary. I want him to have random screens. He's to have no further violent contact with his mother, Ms. Lawson, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Let me be quite clear with you, Mr. Lawson. I'm giving you the opportunity to be out on a signature bond through pretrial. But if one of those screens comes back and it's positive for either alcohol or drugs, then this bond will be revoked and you'll be right back where you are. So I'm giving you the opportunity. I just hope that you take that into consideration as you go forward. Good luck to you, sir.
Next, 22, Mr. Smith. Mr. Pearl.
Good afternoon, Mr. Smith. You've been charged in case 26 CR 002843C with criminal trespass and damage to property. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 16 cycles total, 6 from the state of Pennsylvania. There's a 2025 conviction from Pittsburgh for fleeing to elude police officer. There is an active warrant out of Pittsburgh for FTA. Date of that warrant is January the 16th of 2026. There is an open case for MARTA for criminal trespass. At arrest date was April the 8th of 2026. The recommended level was level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $1,500 good bond with a stay away from MARTA in compliance with any existing bans or restrictions from MARTA. In this case, it happened on March 23rd, 2026, at the MARTA Chambly station. He damaged the property by spray painting on the walls of the parking deck. Spray painted Vamp Life. He was seen at this MARTA again on April 8th, and during that search incident to arrest, there were multiple spray paint cans from him in his backpack, consistent in color with the graffiti observed at the location. They were also able to find video, I believe, of him damaging this location. So, considering these facts, we're asking for that $1,500 good bond and stay away from MARTA.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker. As I go to Ms. Kim, would you mind pulling that open criminal trespass for me and see what the bond was on that for me and who signed it?
Will do.
Thank you. Yes, Ms. Kim.
Yes, Mr. Smith is 27 years old, born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. He does not have any child. After graduating from high school, he went to SAE institution to major in audio production, Your Honor. He does have an associate degree, and currently he is residing with his parents. But right now he is kind of between the jobs. He's unemployed yet, but he is actively looking for a job. We ask for signature on bond through pretrial level 3. However, if Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask $600 surety bond to be remained set. It was set by the judge at the magistrate court, and he does have other bigger fishes to fry. Thank you.
Your Honor, my apologies. I forgot to report that there's an open case 26 PI 003517 for identity theft fraud.
Thank you.
And Judge, I'm not seeing an open case in Fulton County State Court. If he has another open criminal trespass, it might not have been bound over yet.
Okay, thank you. Okay, I'll leave the bond where it is, set by the magistrate, $600 good bond. Stay away from MARTA, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Smith.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
All right, add-on 1 through add-on 4, Mr. Duval.
Withdraw.
Good afternoon, Mr. Duval. You've been charged in case 26 CR 002845K with reckless conduct and possession of marijuana less than an ounce. In case 26 CR 002847K with battery family violence. In case 26 CR 002848K with battery family violence. And in case 26 CR 002849K with battery family violence. Is there a history? Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. 24 cycles total. There's a 2024 conviction out of Fulton for cruelty to children, second degree. There's a 2010 FTA out of the city of Atlanta. He's currently on probation for case number 23 SC 188797 for aggravated assault and receipt, possession, or transport of firearm. There's a 2019 conviction out of Fulton for possession of firearm or knife during commission and possession of firearm by convicted felon. There's a 2017 conviction out of Fulton for possession of a firearm by convicted felon. A 2017 conviction out of Fulton for simple assault. Another 2017 conviction also out of Fulton for possession of firearm by convicted felon, possession of marijuana with intent to distribute, expired or no license on person, brake light turn signal violation, and there's an open case, on my apologies, under an alias Tyler Bowden for criminal damage to property, second degree, false imprisonment, and unlawful conduct during 911 calls. There are also 8 convictions outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. And outside of that 10-year period, we have the 10 SC 88885, which is an aggravated assault involving a Bianca Duvall, in which he hit her in the leg with a board, and a victim also named as Sahir, Sair. There was a choking incident in reference to another victim in that particular case. He also has the possession without license and reckless conduct involving a shooting under an alias as well. Conviction was in 2008. And the conviction from the 2023, well, it was actually convicted in a 2024 case under that 23 SC case, involved him shooting someone. That there is also an incident of a shooting with the Bianca Duvall. The charges in reference to the actual shooting were dismissed, and he was convicted on the possession of a weapon by convicted felon and possession of a firearm during the commission. In the first case is a reckless conduct case in which he was located at the 393 Lanier Street on September the 21st of 24. There were, the officers were doing a patrol, and the individuals started dispersing from the area. He had a bag in which he put between the tires of a semi-truck and started walking back towards the officers. The officers had saw that he had done this. And once they reached the bag. They found the gun that was in the bag as well as the marijuana. And so that is why he is charged with that on that particular charge. We are asking for a $5,000 cash bond as to the reckless conduct and a $1,000 signature bond through the jail for the marijuana on that particular case. As for the case with the October the 15th of 2025 date, Miss Ashley Goodrich is the victim in that case. The incident happened at their address at the time, which was 1429 Hawkins Street. And she indicated that she was struck in the eye with a fist after a verbal dispute between the parties. She called 911 originally, and she indicated that the Grady EMS responded, but the police did not. So it was the next day when she actually went to 360 Lanier Southwest, where she was able to make a phone call for the police, and they came out to that location. We are asking for a $5,000 cash bond on that battery family violence case as well. As to the incident happening on 3/11/2026, which is the case ending in a 2849K. In that particular case, she is again the victim, Ashley Goodrich, and I'm sorry, it appeared that the officers were at 1388 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard. He grabbed her by the hair, he slammed her on the ground, he punched her in the face, and as a result, there was a scar over her right eye. She had scrapes and bruises on her right forearm, and there was a bald spot where he had pulled her hair out. We're asking for a $5,000 cash bond in that case. And lastly, the case and incident date being March the 12th of 2026 at 1575 Joseph E. Boone. Miss Goodrich is the victim, who indicated she was in a car and he tried to pull her out of the car. The doors were locked and he reached through the window and unlocked the door. She tried to run. He jumped across the hood of the car and began punching her. There was swelling to the right side of her face and multiple cuts and lacerations of her hand. We're asking for a $5,000 cash bond in that case. So the total bond recommendation for these particular cases is for a $20,000 cash bond and a $1,000 signature bond on the possession of marijuana charge. No alcohol, drugs, weapons while on bond, no firearms, no contact with Ashley Goodrich. I believe she has indicated that she wanted to be heard today. I'm not sure if she is on the line here. And I know that that she wanted to have contact with him. She wants to have contact with him, indicating that she is 3 months pregnant at this particular time. We are opposed, the state is opposed to that. We've already asked for felony transfer as to all of the cases because he has the prior forcible felony convictions as well as the prior possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. And so that would be our bond recommendation at this time, Judge.
Thank you. Ms. Correa?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Duval is 38 years old and he's from the Metro Atlanta area. I have verified that the address in Odyssey is a good address for Mr. Duval on Campbellton Road. That is where he resides with his sister. Miss Goodrich does not reside there to help keep a bit of separation between Miss Goodrich and Mr. Duval. He does have 7 children. Miss Goodrich is not the mother of any of these children, but he does work at washing cars and other odd jobs to support himself and his kids. If Your Honor's not inclined to set the UJR level 3 that pretrial read out, we would just ask that Mr. Duval be allowed to go through the sheriff's 10% program.
Okay, if Ms. Ashley Goodrich is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Need for you to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and I will swear you in. If you'll unmute yourself, ma'am. Yes, raise your right hand for me. Do you swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. What would you like to tell the court?
I hear the charges. I just want to say, me and Sahil, we've been together going on. It's been about 2 years, and it was a little rocky at first. And he just made major improvement. I do be upset sometimes and tend to call the police and just do whatever because that's just what I'm used to coping with and doing. But he's not no violent person, and I don't know. I don't know. But I do want him to I am pregnant and he's a good dad to my kids and also he's working at this time.
Okay, well, at this point in time, until we figure this out, he's not gonna have any contact with you, especially given the fact that you're pregnant and the fact that there are, before me, three counts of battery family violence. So no, there won't be any contact until this is worked out. If there is contact, then he's gonna be right back where he is. So I'll just let you know that now. So I appreciate you being here this afternoon, ma'am. For position number one, the reckless conduct and the possession. For the reckless, it will be a $4,000 good bond. For the possession of marijuana, $1,000 good bond makes for a total of a $5,000 good bond. Relinquish all firearms, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. For each of the following positions, 2, 3, and 4, for each count will be a $5,000 good bond. No further contact with the alleged victim, stay away from her residential address. I want him to begin the family violence intervention program. No drugs, alcohol, weapons, while out on bond. And that will be the bond for positions number 2, number 3, and number 4. Did you get that, Miss Bridgewater?
Yes, sir, I have it.
Okay, very good. Good luck to you, Mr. Duvall.
Yes, we have 13, Mr. Henley.
Good afternoon, Mr. Henley. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002829A with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stoller?
Yes, Your Honor, there are 5 cycles total. There's a 2021 conviction out of DeKalb County for simple battery family violence. And then there's a 2002 conviction out of Gwinnett County for criminal attempt and possession of tools for commission. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, because that prior simple battery family violence was out of DeKalb, I'm not sure of who the victim was. We were unable to get in touch with the victim in this case, so we are asking for a $2,500 good bond with conditions no further contact with Tennille Worlds and to stay away from 205 Johnson Road in Palmetto. The facts allege that the defendant was trying to get the victim to leave their house where they both live. So the defendant pushed her out of the garage and grabbed her face, leaving visible scratch marks on both sides of her face. Considering the past conviction of family violence, we're asking for that $2,500 good bond with conditions no further contact and to stay away.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Henley is a Georgia native, 45 years old, Your Honor. His ex-girlfriend left the premises. The incident location is my client's place, and she is no longer there. They do not share any child, so there's no need for a third-party transfer. And after graduating from high school, he's been working in the logistics industry, and he believes that his alleged victim called the police out of vindictive heart because he was basically asking her out to be out of the house. My client denies allegations about violence, and we ask for a signature on bond through pretrial level 2.
$5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. I want him to begin the Family Violence Intervention Program. No further contact with Ms. Worrells. As far as the Johnson Road location, he can go back to that location on one occasion with law enforcement. If Ms. Worrells does not reside there, he can stay. If Ms. Worrells is residing there, he must gather his belongings and find somewhere else to stay in the meantime. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Henley.
Next we got 17, Mr. Lee.
Good afternoon, Mr. Leaks. You have been charged in case 26 CR 0028338J with battery against a female who is pregnant. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 8 cycles total. He's currently on probation out of Henry County for false report of a crime. Also on first offender probation out of Carroll County for purchase, possession, manufacture, distribution, or sale of marijuana. There's a 2025 FTA from Carroll County. The recommended level is level 2. Nothing further.
Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. He is this cross defendant with Brianna Dean, but this happened May the 3rd of 2026 at 2727 Godby Road in South Fulton. I believe Mr. Leaks does not live in our county, and he was at his aunt's home. He left Miss Dean at the location, and he indicated that she was blowing up his phone while he was gone, and that when he came back to the location, she had taken a picture of his social security card, and she had her phone on her lap, and although he knew that she had deleted it, he picked her phone up as they were driving, and she apparently was trying to get her phone back and punched him in the ribs, and he bit her on the arm, causing visible injury, and she's pregnant. A bond recommendation is for a $3,500 surety bond, no further contact, as that is also the consent agreement in Ms. Dean's bond, that they not have contact, so no alcohol, drugs, weapons while out on bond. Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Leaks is 25 years young, and he was born and raised here in Georgia, Your Honor. I believe the Brianna Dean is his ex-girlfriend. They don't live together, and they don't have any child except the one on the way. My client says that he was never there. He was not even in the Fulton County. He denies the allegation. He believes that Fulton County does not have any jurisdiction or for this case at all. After 10th grade, instead of getting a GED, he pursued to work because he does have another child with another person that he is currently residing with, that child, Your Honor. He has been working for car rental, and he claims that he was never ever at Fulton County. So there's got to be some kind of mistakes, or someone probably made a false accusation. We would like to request for a signature on bond. Thank you.
Okay, will be a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. No further contact with Ms. Dean. Stay away from her residential address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. Leaks.
Number 19, Mr. McGee.
Good afternoon, Mr. McGahee. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002841Y with battery family violence, battery against a female who is pregnant, and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are 3 cycles total, no convictions listed, and the recommended level is UJR jail. Nothing further.
Thank you, Ms. Tucker.
Yes, Judge, we're asking for a $2,500 total good bond, 1,000 on the battery family violence, 1,000 on the battery against pregnant female, 500 on the cruelty, with conditions no further contact with Jasmine Duffy, and to stay away from 177 Maury Avenue in Atlanta. The facts include that these parties were arguing, so the victim left, went to the living room to sit down. The defendant followed her, came up, and snatched her phone from her. The two tussled over the phone, leaving the victim with a laceration under her eye, and this all occurred in front of their minor child. So, based on those facts alleged, unfortunately, we did speak with the victim. Let me get my notes. One moment. If we could sound for her, if she's online, I'll just let her speak for herself. Otherwise, I've got these notes.
Jasmine Duffy's on the line and wishes to address the court. Now is your opportunity. Doesn't appear that she's on the line, Ms.
Oh,
Tucker.
yes. When we spoke with her, she said she was at work, would have to call us back, and I do not believe she did.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. McGee is actually 29 years old, native resident here in Georgia, Your Honor. He has one child. There is a body cam. Actually, his son is the one who said to the police, "Oh, my dad did not touch him, Mom." I mean, that's that obvious. He was not putting his hands on her. After graduating from high school, he has an associate degree, and he also has a certification for forklift operation. And ever since this incident, May 1st, 2026, he has been homeless, Your Honor. He just left because he didn't want to be in conflict with anyone. And but he's gainfully employed. He works at Thrift Book mobile detailing store, and also he is a licensed barber taking care of some of clients. He denies the allegation, and he claims that some cases at the Odyssey, like his father, his brother, and my client, 3 of them have all same name, which is kind of confusing. So he wants to make sure that there's nothing under his name because he was the good one, the book, always studious, study hard, and good boy. So we ask for a signature on bond through pretrial level 1 as he is recommended for UJR jail.
Okay, for each of the battery charges will be a $2,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. For the cruelty charge will be a $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. Makes for a total of a $5,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further contact with Ms. Duffy. Stay away from the Maury Avenue address. He can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings. Third-party transfer of any minor children for visitation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck to you, Mr. McGahee.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Welcome.
All right, let's go number 20, Mr. Palmer, go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Pomeroy. You've been charged in case 26 CR 002811B with battery family violence. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. There are No, actually, I'm sorry. There is no prior history. The recommended level is UJR jail. He was on the RAP services list this morning. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. It appears that in this incident, it happened May the 1st at 265 Peachtree Center Avenue. He hit his wife, he bit her in the leg and was strangling her. He smashed her face into a sofa. There were bruises to her face, arms and legs, neck that were observed by the officer. I know that I believe she's on the line. I saw her earlier, and she had indicated she's known him for 45 years, and nothing like this has ever happened before. Our bond recommendation is for well, just based on the violent nature of this particular incident, we are asking for a surety bond in the amount of $5,000, no further violent contact, and to stay away from the location. This was an alcohol involved incident, so we would be asking the court that some form of alcohol, either evaluation treatment take place or some type of monitoring for alcohol. The other concern that we have is that they are not residents of the state of Georgia. It's my understanding they live in Alabama. So that is an additional reason in which we've asked for the surety. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Pomerick, if you would like to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. If you choose to, we'll need for you to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and we'll swear you in.
I'm trying, just a moment.
Okay.
Oh, there I am. Okay. Hello.
Yes.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. If you'll raise your right hand for me. Do you swear
Yes.
affirm the testimony? I can see it, ma'am. Do you swear
Okay.
affirm the testimony you're about to give before this court will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, you can place your hand down. Thank you. What would you like to tell the court?
A couple of things. First of all, I've known Robert for 50 years, and we've been married 10 and a half years. I have seen him intoxicated. He has never, ever been violent. It is my strong opinion that he had a drink that was manipulated by drugs of some sort. He was completely different than anything I've ever seen. I've been roofied before, and I know how I was a different person. So that is my opinion of what happened. I have no fear of him whatsoever. He is a highly educated man, 2 masters, pursuit of PhD. He has been with Cigna as a IT security person for 10 years. He keeps them from being hacked. Like I said, we were in town for a concert. And I have a couple of questions because I've never been through anything like this before. First question is, when will he be released? How quickly? And can I pick him up? And secondly, he had no clothes. Do I need to bring those, or will you guys provide clothes for him? Okay. And also a very, very huge concern is the fact that he had triple bypass years ago, is on numerous medication for blood thinners, psych meds for depression, different things, and not anything was given to him, even though it was made known to the officers that he needed medication. Nothing. And and I apologize, I was scammed Friday and Saturday. I am an educated woman. I am very street smart. They fooled me. So I finally made it to Fulton County Jail, spoke with a Miss Ingram, and she said, well, Robert had called me and asked me to bring all of his meds. I brought them even though I knew they couldn't take them. But she said she would get with the person on the floor, and apparently the person Robert may have told him or something, and the guy just ignored him. So he has not had meds in 4 days, and that is critical to his health.
Okay, I'll have Ms. Kim address some of your concerns, or Ms. Evans Battle. Ms. Kim, I'm going to, if it's, Ms. Kim, if it's
Oh, and
okay with you.
I'm sorry, Judge, one more thing. Yes, we do live in Alabama. We have no problem coming back here anytime. We are outstanding citizens. Like I said, this has never happened before. I beg you just to, from what I understand, a signature release. Um, I'm asking, please.
Okay, thank
I'm
you
just wanting to
again.
get my husband home.
I understand, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, all
Thank you.
right. So, Ms. Kim, it will be a $3,000 signature bond through pretrial level 1. No further violent contact with the alleged victim, and no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Also, as far as being released, ma'am, he will be released as soon as the jail can release him. That might be later today, or possibly early tomorrow. That'll be up to the jail. You need to keep in touch with the jail to find out when exactly you can pick him up. Does he have at that Peachtree Center Avenue address, is that a hotel?
It is. It's a Marriott.
All right, does he have the belongings at the Marriott?
No, I have them.
Okay, all right, so you can get those to the jail for him if need be.
Get his medication to the jail?
The clothes, as far as the medication
The clothes,
goes,
okay.
you're gonna have to work with the jail as far as that goes.
I
There's nothing
tried.
the court can do
We see where that got me.
in that regard, so I can't help you with that. Anything further, Ms. Kim?
Nothing further from defense, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you both.
One thing, can they report telephonically, Your Honor?
Yes, that's fine with the court.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to y'all.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Item 24, Mr. Williams is next.
Good afternoon, Mr. Williams. Good afternoon, sir. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002836F with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. He has 69 prior arrests. There's a 2026 NOLO from Clayton County, criminal trespass. That sentence date was just April the 28th of 2026. He received 30 days confinement. There's a 2023 NOLO from DeKalb County for criminal trespass. Another 2023 NOLO from Clayton County, criminal trespass. A 2024 conviction out of DeKalb County, criminal trespass. A 2021 conviction out of Fulton for PI, first or second conviction and willful obstruction of law enforcement officers. A 2019 conviction out of Fulton, possession of cocaine. 2019 conviction out of Fulton, purchase, possess, or have control of controlled substance in Schedule 1 or narcotic in Schedule 2. A 2018 conviction out of Fulton for possession of cocaine. A 2017 conviction out of Fulton for disorderly conduct. A 2016 conviction out of Fulton, willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, and PI first or second conviction. A 2016 NOLO from DeKalb, criminal trespass. A 2016 conviction from Fulton for PI first or second conviction. A 2015 conviction out of Fulton for criminal trespass, and he's currently on probation. Case number 25 CR 0022936. 93G. Willful obstruction of law enforcement officers and criminal trespass. Also on probation, case number 25 CR 004097G, simple battery in a public transit vehicle or station, criminal trespass, and certain acts bus rail station prohibited. And also on probation, case number 25 CR 005072A for fare evasion and criminal trespass. There's a 2023 FTA out of DeKalb and a 2016 FTA out of DeKalb. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened May the 2nd at MARTA's northbound train car at 2420 Piedmont Road Northeast. The defendant has an active permanent ban that originates from that battering a public transit car. And he was observed by one of the officers riding the train. The bond recommendation is for a $2,000 surety bonds, social worker visit for BH housing, stay away from all MARTA properties. He already has a ban in probably 3 or 4 or 5 of those cases. He's been told to stay off of all MARTA properties, have no alcohol, drugs, weapons while on bond. Thank you.
Ms. Kim?
Yes, Mr. Williams is 32 years old. He's from Michigan. No, Mississippi. He's been here in Georgia for the last 6 years, and he told me that he has been residentially challenged for the last 10 years. So I'm definitely referring our social worker to have a visit for housing resources, and also he's interested in drug rehabilitation so he can get some help. And Your Honor, we asked for signature on bond. However, because of his probation and other cases, if he's not qualified for signature on bond, we asked that criminal trespass. Right now, there's a $1,000 surety bond already set. We want that to remain set so that way he has some chance to get out of the jail, but I don't think he will because he doesn't have anyone to pay for anything at all, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll leave it where it's already set, $1,000 good bond. Stay away from MARTA. Social worker visit to assess for BHET and housing, no drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Ms. Kim, if you can have someone at the SAP calendar report back to me and come up with a plan, I'm happy to listen to it so that we don't have him, Mr. Williams, continuing to come back to us.
Thank you,
All
Your
right.
Honor.
Good luck to you, Mr. Williams.
All right, next we got add-on 5, Mr. Morrison.
Good afternoon, Mr. Morrison. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002846C with battery family violence, 2 counts of simple battery family violence and cruelty to children in the 3rd degree. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Your Honor, there are 1 prior arrests. There's a 2023 conviction out of Douglasville for theft by shoplifting, a 2021 conviction out of Douglas County for criminal trespass, a 2019 conviction from Clayton County for simple battery family violence and criminal trespass, a 2019 conviction from Clayton County for battery family violence first offense, a 2019 conviction out of Clayton County for theft by taking, a 2017 NOLO out of Fayette County for driving without valid license, a 2017 conviction out of Fulton for disorderly conduct, and a 2017 conviction from the city of Atlanta, possession of marijuana less than an ounce. There are 6 convictions outside of the 10-year period, and there's a dormant case, 17 CR 006843A for criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and obstruction of law enforcement officers. There's a 2021 FTA from Jonesboro, a 2019 FTA from Clayton County, 2 2019 FTAs, a 2018 FTA out of Cobb, 2 of those, and a 2018 FTA out of Fulton, 2017 from Union City, and 2013 from DeKalb. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge, you did hear he does have that 2019 conviction for battery family violence out of Cobb County. So we have already requested that this case be transferred. We have not heard back yet today. That's why this case is an add-on. We held on as long as we could. But we are going to ask in this case for a $7,500 good bond, $4,000 on the battery family violence, 1,500 on each simple battery family violence, and 500 on the cruelty to children. That's a total of 7,500. We're asking for no further contact with Shundier Pitts, no further contact with the juvenile MP, and to stay away from 954 Joseph E. Boone Boulevard in Atlanta. Judge, this incident took place just a few days ago, May 2nd, and Miss Pitts and Mr. Morrison have been in a relationship for approximately 8 years. They currently live together. And during this incident, a verbal altercation turned physical when the defendant struck the victim in her face with an open hand, leaving a minor bruise under her right eye. He also pulled her hair and spit in her face. This all was witnessed by their 11-year-old granddaughter, juvenile MP, who was present. She told the officers that she did witness him pull her hair, spit in her face, and while she did not see the slap, she heard it from the next room over. So it was that severe, that hard, that it bruised her instantly, and that the child could hear it from the other room. Based on that, the history, you also heard multiple consistent FTAs throughout his history. We're asking for that $7,500 good bond, no further contact with Miss Pitts, no further contact with the child, Miss Pitts, and to stay away from that Joseph E. Boone Boulevard location.
Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. I did actually speak with Mr. Morrison, but I also did a conflict check and realized that I had previously represented Ms. Pitts, Your Honor. So I'm not able to represent Mr. Morrison.
Okay, we can unmute their courtroom too, Mr. Morrison. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present at these proceedings. Unfortunately, we do not have an attorney here to represent you this afternoon. If you choose to proceed pro se, that's without the advice of an attorney. You can do that. If you would like to have an attorney represent you, I can place you back on the calendar for Wednesday. What would you like the court to do?
You can place me on couch to public defender because I don't have any type of money, and she locked up as well as for me.
Okay, so we will we'll place this case back on the calendar on May 4th, on the 6th. Okay.
Yes.
All right, and good afternoon, Ms. Champion. Can we make sure that we reach out to one of the other conflict?
Yes, sir.
Maybe Mr. Murphy can represent him on Wednesday.
Yes, I'll reach out to Mr. Murphy.
Okay, very good. Thank you, Ms. Champion. All right, Mr. Morrison, we'll see you back on Wednesday. Thank you, sir.
All right. And on 6, Mr. Wright.
Good afternoon, Mr. Wright. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002844G with criminal trespass. Is there a history?
Yes, Your Honor. 35 prior arrests on probation, case number 25 SC 007718, criminal trespass and robbery. Also on probation out of Jackson County for forgery, 3rd degree. A 2023 conviction out of Whitfield County for forgery, 4th degree, and identity theft fraud. There's a 2019 NOLO from the city of Atlanta, knowingly driving motor vehicle on suspended, canceled, or revoked registration. A 2016 NOLO from Fulton for entering auto. A 2024 conviction out of Fulton for battery, family violence. A 2021 conviction out of Fulton for disorderly conduct. A 2018 conviction out of Fulton for sale of marijuana, and a 2017 conviction from Fulton for theft by taking and criminal damage to property, 2nd degree. There are 7 convictions outside of the 10-year period. There's a 2023 FTA from Chamblee, 2022 FTA from Fulton, and 3 FTAs outside of the 10-year period. The recommended level is level 3. Nothing further.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, Your Honor. This happened May the 3rd of 2026 at 244 Peachtree Street Southwest, which is the Atlanta City Jail. Law enforcement responded to the premises because Mr. Wright attempted to bypass the security procedures that were in place and gain unauthorized entry into the facility. They instructed him to leave the property. However, he refused to comply. And when officers made contact with him and issued him clear directions and commands to leave the property, he still refused to comply. And thereafter, he was charged for remaining on the property without authorization. The bond recommendation is for a $1,500 surety bond, that he comply with any existing restrictions or bans that may be set in place by the Atlanta City Jail. No drugs, alcohols, or weapons on bond. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Kim?
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Wright is 34 years old, and he emphasized many times to me that only reason that he wanted to be at Atlanta City Jail, where there are lots of other officers, because he felt so much fear for his life. He was running away from people who were attacking him, and he just wanted to be protected, and he didn't want to risk. He felt like being in a jail was safer than being killed on the street. He's been struggling with residential challenges for the last 10 years. He recently got admitted to anti-outreach program, and also Coca-Cola, there's a new job that he got that he's about to start. So I would like to request for a signature on bond. And if Your Honor is not inclined to give him a signature on bond, we ask for the lowest possible cash bond, like $10. Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, will be a $10 cash bond. Stay away from the Atlanta City Jail unless he has business there. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Thank
Good
you.
luck to you, Mr. Your client.
Yeah. I'm trying to ask you. I know I'm John. Is that what you're saying, sir?
You have a right to remain silent, Mr. Wright.
Come on, y'all. All right, look, I guess the number 2, Mr. Blake.
This is a waiver case, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Blake has been charged in case 26 CR 002819J with loitering and prowling. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Your Honor, one moment. He has 4 cycles total. A 2019 first offender out of Fulton for willful obstruction of law enforcement officers, possession of firearm or knife during commission, and crossing state county guard lines. There's a 2018 out of Newton County for criminal trespass, and there's a 2018 FTA out of Fulton and a 2017 FTA from Newton. Their recommended level is level 1.
Thank you. Ms. Evans Battle?
Yes, if the court can give him a UJR, I mean, that would be through the jail. The state was fine with that. This happened May the 3rd, 1 o'clock in the morning. He was at 2600 Holcomb Bridge Road in Alpharetta. The officer indicated that he's homeless. He was pulling on doors, trying to get into the building of a closed building business. So that's our recommendation.
Okay. Ms. Kim, $1,000 signature bond through the jail. Is that okay with you?
Yes, Your Honor.
No drugs, alcohol, weapons, and stay away from the incident location.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you.
What about position 18, Courtney Madison?
You may bond.
Okay. So Courtney, how do you make bond? Did she see a judge? It's a battery family violence, so unless she saw a judge, I don't know how she made bond.
No, that was in. Hold on. Let me go confirm 1 second. Give me 1 second.
Your Honor, Miss Morris is my client. I actually interviewed her.
Say it again, Ms. McLeod.
I interviewed Miss Morrison, Your Honor,
Ms. Madison?
earlier. Miss Madison, yes.
Oh, okay. That's why I was wondering. Wow.
Miss Courtney Madison.
Yes.
It
I interviewed
says
her earlier, Your Honor.
$3,000 surety bond. I don't know who said it though.
Yeah, yes, sir. $3,000 good bond. It was posted.
Okay, well, I don't know how that happened, but
On one charge, we added the battery family violence.
added the battery family violence, so
Does she need a bond on that second charge, right?
No, that's not what she was originally booked in on. She was only booked in on simple battery against a person who was 65 years or older. And that came with a bond of 3,000.
and so y'all added, Ms. Tucker, the battery family violence, and that's been accused.
Correct.
So at some point, she's either gonna have to turn herself back in, or she's gonna need a bond on that. All right, well,
You want me to go get her?
is she still here?
Yeah, she should be.
Okay. And what about position 25, Darius Zachary?
He did make bond as well.
Okay, so we'll hold on Madison so we can address that second charge.
Okay.
All right, so while y'all are doing that, Ms. Bridgewater, can we go over the calendar while we're waiting?
Sure we can. Sure.
Okay.
Okay, once again, the reset date for the SAP calendar is May the 19th. Position number 1 on the main calendar is being reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial. Position 2 is reset further notice with a $1,000 SOB through the jail. 3 was a consent bond reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 4 is going to the SAP calendar with a $2,000 good bond. 5, reset further notice with a total $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 6 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $2,000 good bond. 7 was a consent bond, reset further notice with a $2,500 SOB through pretrial. 8 is going to the SAP calendar with a $500 good bond. 9 SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 10 SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 11 reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 12 SAP calendar with a $10,000 good bond. 13 reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 14 SAP calendar with a $2,000 good bond. 15 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $1,500 good bond. 16 reset further notice with a total $10,000 SOB through pretrial. 17 is reset further notice with a $5,000 SOB through pretrial. We're holding on position 18. 19 is reset further notice with a total $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 20 reset further notice with a $3,000 SOB through pretrial. 21 reset further notice with a total $5,000 SOB through pretrial. 22 is going to the SAP calendar with a $600 good bond. 23 SAP calendar with a total $1,500 good bond. 24 SAP calendar with a $1,000 good bond. 25, he made bond, so he was released. 26 is reset further notice with a total $4,000 SOB through pretrial. Now to the add-on calendar. Position number 1 is going to the SAP calendar with a total $5,000 good bond. Position 2, SAP calendar with a $5,000 good bond. Position 3, SAP calendar with a $5,000 good bond. And position 4, SAP calendar with a $5,000 good bond. Position 5 is being reset to Wednesday, May the 6th. And position 6 is going to the SAP calendar with a $10 cash bond. Are there any questions, comments, or otherwise?
If not, I take it that this is Miss Madison, position number 18, that is in the courtroom.
Okay.
It is.
Okay, yes, Miss Madison. You have been charged in case 26 CR 002822K with battery against a female who was pregnant and or who is pregnant and battery family violence. It's my understanding that the battery family violence charge was recently added and accused. Is there a history, Ms. Stallworth?
Yes, Your Honor. She has 2 prior arrests. There's a 2019 conviction out of Vidalia, Georgia, for driving without valid license, and there's a 2018 from Vidalia, I'm sorry. And the recommended level was level 1. Nothing further.
Okay, Ms. Tucker?
Yes, Judge. My intention was to ask for a $3,000 total good bond. I was going to ask $1,500 on each of the charges. If she's already posted $3,000 on the battery against a pregnant female, I'm fine with say a $1,000 signature bond through the jail. That way, what she's already posted stands. It's what I was asking for. I would just make sure it includes no further contact with Alicia Wilborn and to stay away from 4071 Princeton Place in Atlanta. This incident happened at this location where the victim and the defendant lived together. There was ongoing issue. This has been leading up a few days. The victim ended up striking this victim in her face 6 or 7 times, leaving both eyes blackened, and this victim was 5 weeks pregnant. So for those reasons, I was asking for the $3,000 good bond, and she's got the 3,000 good bond on count 1, so on count 2, I'd be fine with the signature bond through the jail.
Ms. McLeod?
Yes, Your Honor. My client is actually also pregnant, and this is where she lives. And she has been living there for some time with the father of the child she's expecting, and with his parents, it is their home. Based on what she tells me, she doesn't really have anywhere else to go, Your Honor. And my understanding is that the alleged victim is someone who just came there recently with, I believe, the uncle of my client's, the father of my client's child. So it's, it seems like quite a few people live at this particular location, Your Honor. But my client tells me she was just defending herself, that the whole thing was started by the alleged victim, and that she really doesn't live there. She just came there recently. So given the fact that my client is also pregnant, she does have 2 small children, a 1-year-old and a 2-year-old, who live at this location. It is going to be extremely complicated for her not to be able to live there. On top of that, she's not working or anything. So, and Your Honor, she has no history of any kind of violence at all.
Has anyone spoken with Ms. Wilburn from your office, Ms. Tucker?
We did reach out to her. We were unable to make contact.
And what about, has she already posted the $3,000 bond? I mean, has that already been secured and posted? I take it that's a yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, Ms. McLeod, as far as the bond goes, with a battery against a female, I'll leave it at that $3,000 good bond. For the battery family violence, it'll be $1,000 signature bond through the jail. No further contact with Ms. Wilburn, which necessarily means that they can't be around each other, I'll give her a one-time escort back to the incident location. If Ms. Wilburn has moved out of that location, she can stay. If Miss Wilburn is living in that location, she necessarily can't be around, they can't be around each other, so she'll have to find someplace else in the meantime. But if Miss Wilburn does move out of that location, then she's allowed to go back there and stay there.
My understanding, based on the family dynamic, Your Honor, I think Miss Wilburn is going to have to leave because my client has always lived there with the father of her children, his parents, and the two children. She's expecting another child. She's pregnant as well. So to put her on the street for someone who, based on what my client tells me, just recently came there with someone else who was not someone regularly living there. It's just seems like it's going to be a nightmare.
Well, I don't want this to happen again, especially since they're both pregnant. So they can't be around each other. So they'll have to figure out some way to either Ms. Wilburn will have to leave since she's just gotten, or since she may or may not live there, but they necessarily cannot be around each other. So one is there, the other
I
one can't
understand,
be
Your
there.
Honor.
And Miss Madison's
But I just
shaking her
want to
head.
make
And that's also for Miss Madison's safety, if that's the case. I mean, I don't want
right,
these
John,
two
because she's
young
also
ladies.
in 2 months pregnant, so they're
Right.
both pregnant.
Okay. Good luck to you, Miss Madison.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Your Honor.
thank you. I believe that completes the 2 o'clock calendar. Thank you all. We will see you next time. Miss Bridgewater, I'll get it back to you as soon as you get it to me.
Okay, thank you.
All right.